Hi guys, it's me Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. So I've been trying to reorganize and basically just clean up my craft room. After the holidays, it really got to be a huge mess in here. And so as I was straightening things up and cleaning things up, getting ready for the new year, I decided that I would try to tackle my whip, what I call my whip wall. So I'll pop in a picture here of what my whip wall looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I have quite a few bags hanging from my whip wall, and they are all what I call sleeping whips, inactive whips, and in fact, they've been hanging on that wall, some of them for so long that I've forgotten what's even in there. So I did count them, and there's about 10 bags hanging on that wall, and so I was thinking that I will take off 5 of the bags, and I will show you and go through the bags, show you what's in the bags, and then we'll probably have to have a part 2. And in part 2 of this video series, I will then go through the second 5 bags. Okay, so on to the bags. Okay, so the first one, let's see, I'm going to pull out this one. Okay, so this is a bag that I believe I got in a craft swap. I think that's where I got it. Yes. And in the bag, the project is, oh yes, okay, so this is actually a knitting project. Let me put it in this chair right here. Sorry if it makes a lot of noise. Okay, so that I can see inside the bag. Okay, so this has got 2 skeins of some ice cream yarn. It is lime brand ice cream yarn, and I have a skein of this grape raisin, it's called, and then this one has no label, but it is also the let me see, no label, but it is also one of the ice cream yarns. And I had gotten this book from Joann's a while back, and it is all using the ice cream line of yarns, and the only thing about it is they're all knitting. And so anyway, I went ahead and picked up the book and decided that I would use some of my ice cream yarns to and actually do a knitting project. Okay, well, I started it, so this is what I've got. I've got this piece right there, that's it. And I was looking through this book. I was even trying to figure out, well, what pattern in here, because in this book it's called Ice Cream Baby Afghans, and I believe it's got, does it even say? It's got, I don't know, several patterns in here. Well, anyway, I can't even remember which one I was doing. So there's some of them right there. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do, since I don't remember where I was at or what I was doing, I'm going to just go ahead and pull my needles off this project and frog it, and then I will put this ice cream yarn back into my stash of baby yarns and use it for something else. Okay, so the next bag is this one. This is a bag I got at Five Below, I think, and I just really like the print of it. Let's see, so what's in here? Oh, this has got amigurumi pieces. I've got a couple of arms, and I've got a foot, and that's it. This is the beginning makings of another one of the Gingerbread boys that I did, not this past Christmas, but the year before that. So what was that? 2018. And it was it was a pattern by Mary Smith, I think, and I made one for a commission and sold it. And then somebody saw that one, and then she ordered one, and I made another one. In fact, she wanted 2, and it was just so close to Christmas, I was only able to get one done and a piece of the second one. So that's as far as it went. So I'm sure it is very cute pattern. I will pop in a picture here of what that gingerbread boy looks like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I don't know when I'll finish it, but it will go back onto my whip wall because it's a very cute pattern, and like I said, it's cute, and I need to finish it. It's very cute, so. Okay, so I'm keeping that one. Okay, next one, let's see, is this sack here, sack. This I got from Ella of No Catchy Name. She made this project bag, and I ordered it from her because I love the Mickey print. And so in this bag, oh yes, okay, so I was working on this last year, and I have all of these corner to corner scrap squares. You might have remembered this project that I was working on. I've got several of the squares just using scraps. Okay, and then so I have quite a few of these. Oh, quite a few of them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a lot. And then I started putting them together. So here's 4 of the squares put together. Okay, and what is this? Oh, and some more. So I've gotten pretty far on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and I need to finish it. I think what I was going to do is I was going to put these squares together, you know, like attach these that way possibly. I didn't know for sure how I was going to do the layout of it, but I was going to turn it into a lapgan, I think, and donate it to Tabitha's Treasures for charity for area nursing home. And so I just quit working on it. So I need to get back onto it. And since this year I seem to be trying to focus a lot on scrap projects, or you know, using up some stash or working down some of my stash, then of course this is a perfect project to be working on. So that will go back onto my whip wall, but I'm definitely going to make sure that I get back to it this year. Okay, so that is bag number 3. Okay, so bag number 4 is this one. I love this bag. It's beautiful. I got this bag, I believe Lisa from Happy to Hook Creation sent it to me in a craft swap. Let's see what's in this one. Ooh, there's 2 projects in this one. Okay, so this, and this is all I've got of it. It looks like a brown peanut. Okay, so but what it is the beginnings of a Diddy Kong. If you've been following me for a while, you maybe remember that I did a Donkey Kong that turned out quite large for my son, and then I found the pattern for Diddy Kong, which is another character in that video game series or whatever, and so I decided I'd start working on him, and that's as far as poor Diddy got. So I need to get back on to him. I'm not sure when. I would like to finish him. He's got lots of pieces though, so I've just kind of lost my crojo for it, just because, I guess because it's got a lot of pieces, but I know that he's going to be really cute when I finish him, and so I'm going to hang on to him for a while and get back to him. Oh, and I will pop in a picture here of Diddy so then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the next one is, let's see, it is a project I was trying to do, like design a project myself to come up with a pattern, and I guess I was making it a craft, oh, I know what it was. This was something I was working on. I was thinking about a Chevron type blanket where you would have, as the base color, it would be black, and then you would have these, open mesh rows in the middle there that I was working on, that you would use like one row of each scrap scrap color, except the only thing with that is the fact that you have all these tails that you would have to either weave in or keep fringe on either side. So anyway, I worked on that for a while, but then I thought, well, that's a lot of tails to have to sew in, and so I think I decided that I would revamp it and do something different with it. So I will be frogging this because I can definitely use the yarn. I will put it into another scrap project. Okay. Oh, and there was a hook in there, so now I can put this hook into my collection of my other hooks. No telling how many hooks I'll find in these projects. Well, actually, this is the first hook I found. I didn't find a hook in the gingerbread one, but I believe I remember I was using an F hook, I think, with that. Yeah. So anyway, so this one I will frog. Diddy will go back on the wall. Okay. So bag number 5 is a big one. Okay, so this is a bag that I made. Sad to say that I don't remember where I got the pattern. I'm sure it was a free pattern online somewhere, but I just remembered that I had a bunch of this multicolored yarn. It was Red Heart. I think it was called Mexicana or something like that, and I had it for a long time, and I decided, well, I'm just going to make a bag out of it to use it up. And so I thought I would highlight it with the black to make the colors pop, and then I used some of the single colors here to put these bands on there. And look, what's really cool, I think, is the way the patterning, see, came out on the bags. I really like the way it did that, the pooling. I didn't plan it like that, but I think it turned out really cute. But like I said, I don't know where I got the pattern. I mean, I don't know. It's online somewhere. But anyway, okay, so in this full bag here, what do I have? Okay, so I have this one. I was working on this, and I don't remember the name of the square. Maybe y'all recognize it. Let me put it back here. Yeah, maybe you can see the color better. I can't remember the name of it, but I will link it in the description box below because I know I've got it bookmarked. But anyway, it was a pattern that was supposed to be where you made, I think, 4 of these squares and put them together and then go around it to make a blanket. And so that's as far as I got on it. It's kind of a detailed pattern. I really like the way it turned out, so I didn't frog it. So, but anyway, I don't know. Well, I think what I'll do, instead of making the 4 squares and do it that way, I may try to use this square and incorporate it and just like add on to it around. Maybe even using the around the bases pattern. I've been wanting to do that again anyway. And so if you're not familiar with that pattern, it is a pattern that's like a sampler type Afghan or throw or whatever, but you use your favorite square in the middle, and then as long as you come out with a certain multiple of stitches on each side, then you continue on with their pattern and going around. But it's like you start with your favorite square in the middle and then you build on it. So it's a pretty cool idea. And I did do that. I don't have the blanket in here right now, but I have done that pattern before and it was very enjoyable to do. And so I'm thinking I might do that. And since this is baby yarn, I will keep it with the baby yarn. And I have a lot of this pink. I think it's that color pink possibly that I got in a mystery bag. So I have a whole lot of it. So I think I'll do that. So I won't frog this. It's too pretty to frog. But I will try to remember that I've got it for one thing, and then build on it and finish it up. Okay, so what else do I have in this bag? Oh yes. Hang on just a minute. I'll show you what this other project was supposed to be. Okay, so I had to get the book out of my shelf over there. A while back, I don't know, a year or so ago, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I started thinking that I would collect pattern books that dealt with using scraps, like scrap Afghan books and stuff like that. And so I bought this book. I got it, I don't remember, probably from Amazon. So if I find it again, I will link it in the description box below. But anyway, here is the book, and it is called, can't read it backwards, Big Book of Scrap Crochet Afghans. And I believe it's a leisure arts book, edited by Carol Alexander. No, House of White Birches. Okay, so, and it's got a ton, or a lot, of Afghans in here. And as you see, I went through it and I flagged all these that I thought I would want to make sometime. Well, this is one of the ones that were in there. It's called The Garden Pathway. And if you see the pattern, let's see, I'll try to get it where you can just see the, let me see. Let me put this up here. Okay. Okay, there is, see that pattern? Okay, so that is a bunch, if you see how it's constructed, it's a whole bunch of rectangles that are stitched together using scrap yarn and, of course, a main color of white. And so I thought, oh, well, I'll do that. I'll make a bunch of these rectangles. So I did. So I've got a lot of these things here, a whole bunch of them that I have, and I even have the little short ones too. So I just used scraps, okay? And I have a pretty good pile of these. Let me see if I can get them all out, and I'll just, in a wad, and I'll, oh my goodness, I have so many. Let's see. Okay. Nope. Get that one out. Okay. So I have, can't pick them all up. I have all those. They're falling. Anyway, so I was making all of these, and then I decided, oh, this is going to take forever, because I can't even remember how much the let me see if it says even how many you're supposed to make. No, it doesn't have total, because it's like you make you make 19 of one, and then you make so many of another one. I don't remember. But anyway, so I have all of these. And so but I have an idea for these, okay? So instead of doing that Afghan, which would take a bunch of these, more of these things, I think I'm going to, I had thought about stitching them together in certain ways, you know, somehow, and making some squares maybe of those, and then stitching those together, you know, and just have like a patchwork of these. Somehow, I don't know, I want to play with arranging them and then stitching them together, and then add to it to make you know, eventually make a blanket. But I definitely don't want to do it this where it's solid, all of these rectangles, because no, that's a lot of, that's a lot of sewing together. I decided I didn't want to do that. So that project I will keep. But, oh, there's another crochet hook right here. Let me get it out. Oh, it's got yarn attached to it. Okay. So that's a project I want to keep, but, and finish, sort of. I'm just going to revamp it and do it a different way, and then go ahead and finish it. So I definitely have several scrap projects, looks to me like, that really need to be finished up there. So that is 5 of my bags from my whip wall. I have 5 more over there that I need to go through and see what's in those. So anyway, I'll leave that for part 2 though. So thanks for coming along and going through these bags with me, and this helps to remind me what I've got there and keep it in my mind, you know, keep it in front of me, I guess you'd say, so then I go ahead and actually work on some of these and get them cleared out. That's a good goal to have. So thanks a lot, guys, and be sure to check out part 2 when I get that done. It should be probably I have a busy next few days. It's going to be really busy, and so I will get it done when I get it done, and you'll see it. So thanks, guys. Have a nice rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.